Welcome into Real Deal Sports Talk. This is me, KP. We've got sad news in the sports world today. I'm sure you guys have seen this. We're going to go ahead and talk about it real quick. I'm sure you've heard about it or caught it on your favorite sports show today or sports radio today. John Saunders, longtime ESPN broadcaster. I mean, you name it, he did it there. Been there 30 years. I mean, I can't remember not seeing John Saunders on ESPN. And he passed away this morning at 61 years of age. Honestly, as shocked as I was to hear that he had passed, I was equally as shocked to find out he was 61 years old. He lived a great life. He got to do what made him happy. I learned more about him today that he was a hockey player in Canada. He was pretty good in the junior leagues before he came here and became the broadcaster that we know him to be. He will be missed. He affected a lot of people in his career. He touched a lot of people in his career. I mean, you heard it today. Hannah Storm had to announce it this morning when they got the news. And, I mean, that's tough for her. That was her partner. They worked together, and unfortunately for her, this is the second time she's had to do this. She also got the news and relayed the news when Stuart Scott had passed. Unlucky position, I guess, for her. But it was emotional. These guys are like family. They may not be blood, but they're family. They spend so much time together. We spend so much time in our lives at work, doing work things. And it's never enough for the workplace, but you never have enough time for the family outside of that. So they become your family. They're your work family, right? And you saw it. Hannah Storm was emotional. Stephen A. Smith was emotional. Jamil Hill was emotional. Stink talked about it this morning on his show here locally on The Fan. And everybody had nothing but good words to say about him. And, you know, he will be missed. All right, moving on in the show. Let's get some positive. Let's get exciting. We got sports going on. Football's finally going to be kicking off here. Locally, we got the Broncos coming up tomorrow. For my Lions, it's coming up Friday. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I want to get something out there. I talked to you guys last time. Told you we were going to have a fantasy league, all right? I went ahead and set one up. It's over on NFL.com. Go to NFL.com. Sign up for fantasy. And what you'll need to join the league, get a pen and paper, write this down now. I'll also be posting it out there. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on the Facebook. But get a pen and paper, write this down. When you go to NFL.com and sign up for your fantasy league, you're going to not create a league. You're going to join a league. When you search for the league name is Real Deal Sports Talk, just like the show, Real Deal Sports Talk. The league ID, this is important, write this down. The league ID is 410-4680. The league password is RDST, all capitalized, 2016. RDST 2016. Okay? Get yourself signed up. We're going to have a live draft Sunday, September 4th at 7 p.m. live with the show. I'm going to broadcast the draft live on the show. So get yourself signed up. If you know me, if you want some little side action on this, go ahead and get at me. We'll set something up. We'll make it fun. I'd love to take your money. We can do gentlemen bets. We can do lunches. If you want to get down, get down. Let's do it. But go ahead, check it out. Go over to NFL.com. Join the Real Deal Sports Talk Fantasy League. Coming up. I'm telling you, you guys better get with the dartcannon.com. I'm going to take you out. Somebody else is going to be taking people out that we're going to see real soon coming up. looks like anyway, is Marshawn Lynch's little brother, Devontae. I don't know if you guys saw this report. I saw it on Bleacher Report. I put it on the Facebook. Go check out Devontae go beast mode in his game. He carries, 9 or 10 defenders, 20, 25 yards to the end zone. Just beast mode. Comes out all by himself. They think they got him stopped because he's surrounded. Boy kept his legs churning, kept him driving. The pile moved. They were moving back. He kept going. The whistle didn't blow. But the defense got soft. And you see this pile just move down the field. And he pops out the pile right at the goal line and scores. Amazing run for the young man. Amazing run. What we got going on here, I don't know if you guys heard about this. I think it's kind of a cool thing. Former NBA players, former greats, as of last year, they're getting together. They're putting together this summer league. Okay, it's going to be professional basketball, summer league. And it's called Championship Basketball League. They're going to have 16 cities. They're going to do some games here coming up, some exhibition games. They're going to have 16 cities, New York, Boston, Chicago, the big places. And you got guys like Kenyon Martin. Who was it? The names are escaping me now because I just looked up and I got the beach volleyball going on with USA and Sweden. So the names popped out of my head. Walt Frazier's involved. A lot of these former guys are involved. Boo Boo Gibson, who played for Cleveland. So it could be very entertaining. It could look like some washed up NBA guys. We'll have to see. I think it's a nice idea. It's a good way for them to continue doing what they love to do, make a little bit of money off of it. Because, face it, they're not going to make an NBA squad at this point. But they can still ball better than the rest of us. Better than me. So, let's check it out. Let's see how it goes. It's picking up next year, really, 2017 summer. If you want to look in more on that again, we got that shared on the Facebook page, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. Here's a story I wanted to get to last week with you guys. Ran out of time. But I want to talk a little bit about Conor McGregor and his Nate Diaz fight coming up. Round 2. Now, Conor McGregor's been running his mouth, and the UFC loves it. I mean, he is the top draw right now. He can promote a fight. He knows how to talk smack. He looks the part with the tattoo on his chest and the shaved sides on his head and the goatee, and then he puts on the glasses and the suit. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but the great Ric Flair went after Conor McGregor, calling him out, saying, "You're trying to steal my career," and gave examples of how what Conor's doing is similar to the act Ric Flair put on throughout his career in wrestling. It's interesting. It's not exact, but you can see the similarities. Just like people always say, who's the next Jordan? Or, oh, this person, they dance like Michael Jackson. There's always going to be those type of comparisons. But Ric Flair's coming out now and saying stuff. And McGregor's running his voice about wrestlers, so he's getting a lot of comeback from wrestlers. He started running his mouth because of Brock Lesnar being, caught for possibly doping or whatever he was involved in before that last fight. Whatever substance it was that he got flagged for. And he basically said, there's a couple people in wrestling that he respects or that he called bosses. The Rock, Triple H, the McMahons. And then everybody else, he basically said they're a bunch of pussies. So instantly you got these WWE guys coming back saying, "You're the size of my legs, shut up, blah, blah, blah." And they're running their mouth back at Conor. And like I said, these two organizations would love nothing more for their fans to intertwine and understand the difference, but intertwine. Because if you can get that sports entertainment, and then you can get that mixed martial arts, which is kind of a sports entertainment, man, that's a lot of fans. That could be a lot of money. If we can get a couple of these WWE guys to have some legitimate fights and do something, be enough of a draw. If some of our aging veterans or retirees go over to the WWE and perform well, like Ken Shamrock has, and I think Tito Ortiz at one point even did a wrestling match with one of the organizations. They would take that. That's more money for them. But Conor was running his mouth. Now he's running his mouth about Diaz. His trainer's running his mouth about Diaz. They're both basically saying it's going to be a different fight. He's going to dominate him. McGregor's saying he's going to knock him out within the second round. Not necessarily in the second round, but within that time frame, before the second round's over, he thinks he can get him knocked out. And I'm sorry, this is all the same rhetoric. This is all the same talk that they had coming into the last fight when that didn't happen. And I know at that time he was trying to be Mr. Badass of the MMA and fighting different weight levels and had to drop weight and gain weight and do all these things. But that was a choice. Nobody put him in that position. He chose to go and put himself in that position, and he got beat by the better fighter on that day. And I understand fighting takes a lot of this bravado, a lot of this smack talk to get yourself up for it. It's almost like you have to be there mentally, unless you're a crazy person, to go out there and hurt each other like that. Unless you're some kind of sociopath who just gets off on hurting people, which we've seen a few of those in the UFC, haven't we? War Machine, to name one. Just, everybody knows his story, right? So they're selling tickets. I'm taking Diaz in the second fight. I like both Diaz boys. It's hard for me to pick against them because they're scrappy, they're tough, they're mean. They're not just going to lay down for you, either one of them. If you're going to beat them, you're going to beat them, or they're going to be there at the end of the fight and the judges are going to have to make a decision. But they will not lay down. That's the best part about both Diaz brothers. That's why I like watching them fight, and generally I pick them to win their fights. Or at least think they got a really good chance. And again, coming into this one, I think he's got a really good chance against McGregor. We'll have to see. Coming back from the break, we will have the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Hey guys, the NFL season is almost here. And you know what that means? Fantasy football is right around the corner. Did you win your fantasy league last year? Would you like to win some extra money playing in a daily fantasy football this season? If so, the dirtcannon.com is here to help. You can get numbers and projections anywhere. But if you want to build a winner for a full season fantasy team, or just looking to win consistently in daily games, then do what I did and join the dirtcannon.com. They have it all in one place, fellas. Whether a bronze member or a silver, they will hook you up. I recommend the silver package. Starting today for the silver package, use my code RDST and you will get a customized 2016 NFL Draft Kit, Draft Day Intelligence, and access to their award-winning lineup analyzer with expert insight and analysis. So win your league, make some money, and take home the bragging rights with thedirtcannon.com and use Real Deal Sports Talk's promo code RDST. And for the first month with my code RDST, get $4.99 off the first month of your silver membership.
I tell you what, guys, if you join up on the show's fantasy league, you better get with the boys over at thedirtcannon.com. I'm going to meet with them this weekend. We're going to be talking over about what their segment on the show is going to be every week. But you better believe I'm going to be taking notes, getting ready for the draft. I'm going to be waiting for you. I got the silver package. I went ahead and I got my draft kit. So go get yours. Check them out. Use the code. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Otherwise, I'm going to take the league. It's going to be simple. All right, it's time. Let's do it. The good. This is a story I like to see. This is an NFL Olympic crossover story, and really there was two of them this year. The receiver up there in Buffalo, Marquise Goodwin, his didn't go as well. He's back there in training camp. His bid for the long jump is over. But this one, the safety, Patriots safety, Nate Ebner. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Ebner. He's on the U.S. Olympic rugby team. Okay, this is a guy, he plays not only professional football, but professional rugby. A guy who can do both. Probably means he knows how to tackle properly. He's not one of these guys at safety who's going to lead with his